What's up, Filmer fans? It's Filmer Brony TV Plus. It is a new year, new stream, people. So this way, what I meant to say is, welcome to my new stream for 2023. Here is part 1 of New Year, New Stream. Oh, and what you're seeing right now is only typical. Even though I have my playlist overlay on my Windows computer. Second of all, let me fix my that. Now, the song that you're listening to is the song that you may or may not heard on TikTok. And it's also a meme too. It's called I Found Among Us. But crazily speaking, it's literally stop posting about Among Us. Apparently they put it in a remix on TikTok and mostly on YouTube Shorts. So apparently Monday was Martin Luther King Day, or should I say Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, or MLK Day, whichever you want to prefer to it. So I'm going to show you the video. When Dr. Martin Luther King made an I Have a Dream speech, which is famously known for. You see, I've learned about Martin Luther King Jr. ever since kindergarten. Many people say that Dr. Martin Luther King was a leader, a natural born leader, and a hero. But he was also a civil rights activist. So here's the video to the point where Martin Luther King had his I Have a Dream speech.
struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free.
My apologies if you heard an echo.
This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, 'tis of thee." Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when it happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, "Free at last, free at last."
Fight the power, Dr. King. Fight the power. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Phillies and Gentlecolt, that was the speech which was famously known for. So yeah, that was the speech that Martin Luther King had, which was famously known for. So yeah, Dr. King had a "I Have a Dream" speech, which was 5 years before he was assassinated. Alright, I'm gonna do one more video. So yes, guys, that's the speech that he was famously known for. So, Dr. King came up with a "I Have a Dream" speech, which was famously known for 5 years before he was assassinated back in '68. It reminds me when JFK assassinated. It reminds me when JFK was assassinated back in around '63. Alright, so I'm going to do one more video and I will call it a night. Because I won't be streaming for too long. Alright, here we go.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well. But at one time, he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this. Well, he was a kid too. Well, maybe you're a grown-up. That's okay too. Former kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course. But things weren't all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of their skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided, instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them. He walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. And sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that, it just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April 1968. Now, kid president, why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know. I'm sorry, but it happened. I don't like that happened. Now I gotta tell
Because
you
it's
something.
important to
If things
tell
aren't awesome,
what's
it
happening
can be
and what
tough.
goes on
Things
along.
will always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today I just wanted us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things, and he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have
Exactly.
a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sisters and brothers. That's a pretty good dream.
More like brothers and
Let's dream
sisters,
like
that's
that.
for sure.
That could change things.
For all of those who keep dreaming.
I had the honor of being Dr. King's son, Dr. Martin Luther King III. And you can find our conversation in my new book, Kid President's Guide to Being Awesome. He's a really great leader, and he even wrote a book called My Daddy, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's so good that I want to book it forward. I'm pledging to send 30 copies to a school in my town. What about you? How can you book it forward? Here's a few ways that people are doing it already. Look at this, it's
Hashtag
amazing.
book it forward.
It's really cool to see it spread. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being awesome, people. See you next week.
Don't hesitate, buy the book. Using the hashtag book it forward. Alright, so the speech video was 6 minutes long. And the video I just saw by Kid President was apparently 3 minutes long. Alright, so I'm not going to be streaming for that long, so I'm going to call it a night here. And we'll pick it back up either tomorrow or the next day, depending on whichever I'm not too busy or what goes around, but we'll see what happens. Alright. Well, that's going to be the stream for tonight, you guys. Thank you all for watching it. If you like this stream and you want to see more streams like the one you just see from today, drop a like in this stream and you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you want to see some more streams like the one you just see, feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/FilmerBronyTV+. I love you Filmer fans to death, and don't forget to keep it fantastic, and I will see you in part 2. Thank you, and have a blessed night, every pony. Probably getting a good ending to it, to the stream. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Feel free to follow me on Twitch at Twitch. Wait, I said that already. But what I meant to say is, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at ZayPikes, on Instagram at ZayPikesOfficial, and since I have a Patreon, feel free to support me on Patreon, Filmabrony VA, and feel free to donate me on Ko-Fi at Ko-Fi.com. Filmabrony. Just look for the username Filmabrony VA+. And that's all I can say from now. Once again, have a good night, and I'll see you in part 2.